Hey there drone fans, Rick here again from Drone Valley. In today's video, I'd like to show you a brand new accessory that we've been testing for the last few weeks for the DJI Air 3 drone. It's called the propeller stabilizer, and it basically holds the propellers in tight against the body when you folded up your drone and are transporting it to a location. Because the challenge with any folding drone like the Air 3 is that the propellers are not locked into place once the drone is folded up. So you've got this sort of floppy propeller problem right here. We call it floppy props. And the danger is if you throw this into your backpack or a duffel bag or just the back of your car and the drone bounces around a little bit, these can bang up against something and they're going to actually bend or break, or you could actually crack the mounting inside. So we've been searching for the last couple of weeks for a way to hold those in nice and tight against the body, but not too tight so that they don't move around when you're putting your drone away. And honestly, I use a hard case. And even with a hard case, these two bottom ones, if they're a little bit out like that, and I try to put it down in the cutout for the drone, they get caught up in the foam and it's just a nightmare. So we test a lot of different products on the channel. Anytime a new drone like the Air 3 is released, we immediately talk to all of our manufacturing partners and ask them what kind of accessories are they going to release. Send us your betas, let us take a look at the prototypes. And we test a lot of different gear. And every time we test an accessory, there are a couple of things we're looking for. It's got to be reasonably priced, has to be really easy to use, and it has to be effective, because so many times manufacturers will come out with accessories for a drone that look really good on a website and you'll think, boy, I got to get that. You order it, you bring it home, you put it on your drone, you use it a couple of times, and you find out it's not really that effective, so it ends up in a drawer someplace and you've wasted all that money. So we like to do the testing for you, and with the prop stabilizer, I think we brought 5 or 6 different models in to test them, and some of them were okay, some of them were not that okay. There was one of them actually that was nothing more than a big rubber band that basically snapped around the drone, and it seemed like it worked okay until you realized it's actually pulling the props in against the body too tightly and it's bending them in the other direction. So that one was immediately discounted. But some of the problems I had with the others we tested were around the way they were built. Now, most of them surround the drone like this, and they actually clamp on the drone, and then you tighten it up top with this little rubber strap, just like the one I have in front of me. The problem with a lot of the models on the market was that the entire frame was one piece. So it was basically either 3D printed or it was cast as plastic as a single piece. And the challenge there is to put it on the drone, you'd have to open it, slide it over the drone, somehow position it correctly, and then snap the top closed. And my concern with that was if you're bending it and letting it snap back and bending it, you're eventually going to fatigue these joints at the bottom and the plastic's going to crack. So what I liked about this one was they actually built a hinge on the sides where this folds down. You can easily put it on the drone, bring these up around the top of the drone, then tighten this strap on the top. So I like this one an awful lot, and it's incredibly easy to use it. You basically flip the drone over either in your hand or set it down on a surface. You put the unit on, you'll notice there are 2 little divots right here in the back, these 2 little bumps. Those line up with the feet in the back of the drone. Just make sure your propellers are lined up, your feet are lined up. It snaps on the drone just like that. You flip it over, and then you make sure that these propellers are in against the body. You can see there are actually cutouts on the body right there that hold the propellers in against the body. And of course now the bottom's popped off, so let me put that back on. It really is pretty easy, I promise you. All right, so that's on the bottom. You don't have to flip it up like I did. So the props are in there. Close this over the top, pop the strap on, and you're good to go. Now what you've got with this on there, and that's a brand new strap, what you've got is the props aren't flopping around now. So it's one consolidated unit. You can slide it in your bag, you can take it with you, you can put it on the floor of your car and not worry about the props getting damaged, because the challenge with the props are that they are single points of failure. And I've talked about this before on the channel. What I mean by a single point of failure is if the prop fails, the drone's coming out of the sky like a rock. The battery's another single point of failure. If the battery fails, obviously the drone's coming down, but I worry that you can damage the props pretty easily just by throwing them in your backpack. And it can be a matter of deforming the prop, which is going to affect your flight characteristics, or you can nick the prop and that's going to cause some issues when you're flying. So protecting your props is a really important feature to make sure that when you pull a drone out of this prop stabilizer, it's ready to fly. You don't have to worry about having trouble up in the air. So really simple product to use. Again, we've had these available for all the folding drones going way back to the original Mavic Pro and the Mavic Mini series. And this is the one we've got for the Air. And I think it's, or the Air 3. I think it's a great addition to your kit. It's incredibly easy to use. And there are 2 different versions of it. There's an orange version like I have here and a pure black version. Depending on what you like, you can use either one of those. But when we find an accessory like this that works really well and that we've used for a while and we can recommend to friends that are flying. We obviously bring it in, we offer it on the website. We also put a few of them up on Amazon. If you'd rather shop on that particular channel, that's fine by us as well. I have links down below to both of those. If you're interested in this, I think it's a great addition to your kit, but if you're interested in this, you can find those links below. We have plenty in stock. We ship the same day you place the order. And just like all the accessories that we offer on the channel, we stand behind them. So if you ever have a problem with anything you bought from us, we'll be here to take care of it. We're a small business and we really appreciate your business. So thanks an awful lot for watching. I think it's a great accessory. Hope you got some interest in it. And until next time, as always, happy flying.